Good morning, sweeties. On Mondays, we always work on grammar, and today we are going to learn something very useful, especially if you want to make a great conversation. Okay, so are you ready? Very good. Let's start. Our topic today will be present perfect with for and since. And remember, we are working in the grammar notebook, the red one. So let's start. Present perfect with for and since. We use present perfect with for and since to talk about actions or states which began in the past and continue until the present. For example, in here we have an example. Inma and Alvaro have been friends since they were 3 years old. They are not longer 3 years old. Maybe they are in their 11s. So, since they were 3 years old, they have been friends. Okay? We are going to use for to talk about a period of time. For example, 1 day, 2 weeks, 3 months, 4 years, a period of time. For example, Henry has lived in San Francisco for 10 years. It's a period of time. We don't know how old is he. He don't know exactly the year. We just know that he has been there for 10 years. We are going to use since to talk about a point of time. Example, last year, 2014, my birthday, this morning, etc. In this case, we are going to use since for specific moments. Very specific. For example, Katie has played the saxophone since January. On December, she hasn't played it, but she has played it since January. Okay, so how are we going to create our sentences using present perfect with for and since? First of all, we are going to need a subject. Then we are going to use the auxiliary that we always use for present perfect, that is have or has. Remember, have is for I, you, we, and they, and has, we are going to use it for he, she, and it, the third person pronouns. Then we are going to need the action verb in past participle. Remember, when we learn verbs, the conjugation of the verbs, we learn the present, the past, and the past participle. This is the verb that we are going to use always for our present perfect forms. Then we are going to have a mini complement that is going to put us in the situation for it. And then we are going to use the word for and since, depending if we are going to talk about a period of time or if we are going to talk about a specific point of time. And then we are going to have the complement that is going to enclose all our sentence. For example, in here we have our 3 examples of this class. Inma and Alvaro, in this case, is our subject. Have, because they are two people. Then we have the action verb in past participle. In this case is been. Remember, been is the past participle of be. And then we have our first complement. In this case is friends. Then we are going to choose for or since. And then in this case is since. And then the complement that encloses. They were 3 years old. In the second example, we have Henry. In this case, we are going to use has because Henry is a third person pronoun, is a he. Then our action verb in past participle, lived. Lived is the past participle of live. Then a first complement in San Francisco, we are setting where he is. Then for, because the second complement is a period of time, and our period of time is 10 years. And lastly, the subject is Katie, then has, because she is also a third person pronoun, she is a she. Action verb in past participle, in this case is played. Remember, when you have an instrument, you don't touch it, you play it. So played is the past participle of play. Then the first complement, the saxophone, in this case, it is telling us what she has been playing. And then in this case is since, because we have a specific point of time, that is January. That is our second complement. Okay? So I hope you understand it. Please check it again if you need it. And then you are going to copy this summary in your notebook. This is the summary. You can copy it from here, or you are going to find it also in Google Classroom. Remember, the most important part is the title, that you need to underline it with blue, but the rest you can be very, very creative with that. Okay? And when you have finished, I need you to answer some exercises that you are going to find in Google Classroom. I hope you enjoyed this class. Don't forget, if you have any more questions, we are going to have a Zoom meeting in a few minutes, and I am always in Google Classroom or by email. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye-bye.